All right, hello and welcome back. Apparently, this is something that comes up when I click V, but that's fine. I'm not sure any of those numbers were correct. Anyway, yes, welcome back to Nancy Drew and the Curse of Blackmoor Manor. Certainly never thought I'd be doing this on here.
Ethel, do I have to learn this?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
If I do well, can we play a game?
Yes, but only in French.
Oh.
We'll come back to that in a little bit. I think all we're gonna do here.
Stay in Italy as long as you want, then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Yeah, I think all we're gonna do today is kind of just meet our cast of characters. So let's start by heading into the conservatory here, which I don't know why it's called the conservatory, unless I just don't know what a conservatory is. I think of this as more of a giant greenhouse, but that's fine. Alright, so we're going to walk over here. Take a look at this scary plant that, you know what, let's have some fun.
A carnivorous plant. Cool.
However, actually we might have to wait until later.
That's probably not a good idea.
I think we can get up close and personal and see what happens when you do that with a ridiculously giant plant, but
All
for now...
settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you, but please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
Alright, let's see who else is here.
Is anyone else staying here?
We do not have any permanent house staff, if that's what you mean. The Penvellyns have always been self-reliant. We get on quite well without being continuously mollycoddled by a squadron of insipid, gossiping ne'er-do-wells. Now, we do have two other house guests. Our Mr. Nigel Mukherjee, who is researching the Penvellyn family history in the library, and Ethel Bossany, Jane's tutor.
Alright, how about, what's going on with Linda?
Do you know what's wrong with Linda?
Oh, Linda simply needs some time to adjust to her new living situation. England is not the United States. We do things differently, or should I say properly, here. The doctor believes it's just a case of nerves.
Let's see what she thinks.
Is that what you believe?
I don't know, and the doctors don't know. No one seems to know anything. All I've been told is that Linda is unwell and that in her stead, I must look after matters. Now, please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. Two rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
Okay.
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
All right.
Goodbye.
Run along.
So yes, that is the...
Who's hungry? Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
It's the Aunt Miss Drake, who spends most of her time here with the plants. She becomes a little nicer later on, but always does have a bit of this uptight attitude, which is fine. Alright, now let's go see, what's it, Mukherjee? I think she said is his last name,
yes.
Nigel.
Are you here from the agency? It's about time.
Let's see. He's doing some research, she said, on the family.
Agency?
Oh dear. You're not the typist from the spiffy specialty agency, are you? Well, how do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Nancy Drew. Are you visiting Blackmoor Manor?
I'm researching the Penvellyn family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvellyns. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Let's start with the history.
Scandalous history?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
I think the Blackmoor Beast is a more interesting question.
Blackmoor Beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Lady Penvellyn, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvellyn secret.
Let's see. Well, I might as well ask about this now.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Lady Penvellyn, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Who's Eleanor Penvellyn?
Lady Penvellyn, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
Cromwell?
Cromwell?
Oliver Cromwell? Ironsides? I suppose they don't teach history any longer in the US. Lady Penvellyn was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
Interesting. Wow, it's got a lot of information.
Tell me about the Penvellyn family treasure.
For centuries, the Penvellyns have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret.
How about these paintings?
Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvellyns who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
All right.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Valet!
Probably means something, I'm sure. All right, so there's Nigel. Now let's see if we can meet one or two of the others. This back hallway, no one is back there. We'll go there at some point. Let's see. I believe it is 6 p.m., so I think we should be able to go and visit this little girl.
We're in lessons right now.
All right, we'll come back to that. Let's see if we can see the lady of the house. I guess so. We'll pop in and see how much she's willing to talk to us. I'm going to go this way first. No, I won't. Never mind. Step into the room. We'll look around. Everything's covered. Dark. Windows are closed. If I look here, we see this mirror, some hand gel of some kind, and a phone by the bed. And behind this sheet in the canopy bed is...
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor. I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
And I'm sorry to have to bother someone in your condition.
My condition? What's my mother told you? What her son-in-law keeps telling me? That it's all in my head? That I'm just an unhappy new bride? That I just need time to adjust? I'm tired all the time, my mouth is dry, my vision is blurry. But that's not important. Here's what's important, Nancy. There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Mummy, can I come in?
No, You're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes. Anyway, I understand you feel an obligation to my mother, but trust me, there's nothing you can do. You're welcome to stay, but I strongly recommend that you go home as soon as possible.
I would say nothing she has said is a wise thing to say to a detective if you want them to leave. Sure, let's go with that.
I can't go home empty-handed. It might jeopardize my ace detective status. Linda? Okay, I'll let you rest. But I'll be back. I'm here for you if you need me.
All right. Well, that went well. I feel like we certainly got a lot out of that conversation. Now, we're going to knock on this door quickly.
This must be Mrs. Drake's room.
Yeah.
Guess she's not in her room.
And we knew that. And then there is... one more character we can meet here.
Oh, it's just a parrot.
Scared ya?
No, you didn't.
Did you? Did you?
What's your name?
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Okay, I get the point. Lulu.
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Bye, bird.
Bye-bye.
Lulu is kind of annoying, but that's
The winner
fine.
is Lolo. Time has come.
I need the key.
Okay. That key, or that door is locked. And it sounds like we can go and meet Jane as well.
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
She's so crazy. Yeah, let's try and ask some questions first.
Not right now. Maybe later. I'd like to ask some questions first.
Sure, what do you want to know?
She looks
About
like a
Mommy?
Chucky doll.
I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
Do you know why she doesn't want to be seen?
I think maybe it's because of the lady in black. I was playing in Mommy's room when she wasn't there, and when I looked up, there was a lady all dressed in black putting something on Mummy's nightstand.
Did you recognize the woman?
I couldn't see her face because she wore a cape with a hood. The lady put a note on Mummy's nightstand, but I didn't read it. That's when Mummy started feeling poorly. I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
Not right now, but maybe later.
You can come in anytime you want, even if I'm not here. I've got some really smashing things. I'm so happy you've come, Nancy. I hope you can make Mummy feel better.
Let's see if there's anything else we can ask her.
Hi, Nancy.
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this. Howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird, that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penvellyn name and heritage that should be treasured. Blech.
All right.
I should get going.
Come back soon.
And then the tutor will have to... Oh, there we
You
go.
startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel. How do you do?
Jane is very excited you're visiting. You're all she's talked about for the past week.
I feel so embarrassed. I was here into. Let's go with this.
She's obviously a very intelligent young woman.
Yes, well. I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Oh, I guess I'll be going then.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Nancy. Our paths will cross again, I'm sure.
All right.
There goes my cell phone.
Can we answer it?
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. This is a recording.
I feel like I did something wrong there. So now Nancy doesn't want to go anywhere. Yes, that was very nice. And I've just kind of locked things up. All right, hang on one second. All right, hopefully this doesn't jam up again.
There goes my cell phone.
Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petroff. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Literally speaking, no, but I did talk to her. Not that she told me anything.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Why is she hiding behind that curtain?
I have no idea. When I was out there last week, I got fed up and pulled the curtain back. She threw a fit, but otherwise she looked absolutely normal. A little pale, perhaps, but who wouldn't be pale, cooped up like that? Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
Where is Hugh?
Where is Hugh?
He was called to Rome. As a diplomat, he's always being called out of the country without warning and without any say in the matter. He'd much rather be there with Linda. Although
What?
it's just that Hugh said it hasn't been very easy for him to talk to her lately. Whenever he calls, which is at least once a day, Linda always seems to fly off the handle for no reason, which doesn't make sense. Linda has always been extremely level-headed and even-tempered. She never gets angry. At least she didn't used to.
Who is Mrs. Drake?
Who exactly is Mrs. Drake?
She's Hugh's aunt. She's taken care of Blackmoor Manor ever since her brother died. He was Hugh's father. She's a bit of a character.
In what way?
The way she spends all her time in that conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or somebody.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Goodbye, Nancy. Oh, one more thing. My niece is on call and her husband's out of town, and I told her I'd go over there and babysit if she had to work. So if you call and I don't answer, that's why. Bye.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So that is the whole cast of characters. I don't think that Ethel has a room here. She must just come in and out. So I think we will end things here, and next time we're going to start exploring the house and start diving into this mystery a little more. But till then, see ya.